All right, so as you guys know, there was a crazy mass shooting at Mandalay Bay. And this is some concern for all of us. Mandalay Bay, as you guys know, is where we go for the Latin Grammys every year. And while those of us who do attend Latin Grammys are not entirely surprised about angry shooters, because we do experience a lot of angry white people. And I'm not trying to be racist. I'm just trying to explain the background here. We do experience a lot of angry white people during the Latin Grammys. One year, and it was a guy actually working, like a crew member or something, was literally yelling at me about, some sort of "you don't belong here" nonsense, right? So we're used to angry white people in Las Vegas, right? But this time around, Stephen Paddock was shooting at a country music concert. So that's different. That's not what we expected. Like I said, most, Latin pop musicians, we really expected angry white people to show up at the Latin Grammys and shoot all of us for not being white. But this was a country music concert. And I've already heard conspiracy theories on how the government organized this. So because most people go to a country music concert, the demographic are Republicans who don't usually believe in gun control, and now they may be tricked into voting for gun control. I hope that conspiracy is not the case. David Letterman is using this as a way to show that he's not racist by trying to say "end white privilege" today. It's a little obvious, Letterman. But anyways, so the whole point, obviously, of this video is let's try to find out who this Stephen Paddock is, because when I'm searching the news, I see a lot of things about casino stock prices falling and all sorts of stuff that nobody cares about. All right, so let's actually, we'll check CNN. And I want to type in people search. Here we go. And it's funny, his brother Eric, when interviewed, was saying things like, we didn't know. We had no idea. So that's what they always say, which is I find very interesting. I think people generally don't realize when their family members go nuts and start killing people. But obviously, we're all curious to know what his motives were. Look at all these Stephen Paddocks. This one, Reno. And what I will also search, which I haven't, are the legal dockets, which I'm not going to search publicly here, because this video is going live on certain one of my accounts. So I'm not going to search the legal dockets publicly, but we'll see. Really, he was retired. He was 64 years old. All right, so he was on the... All right, so Stephen Paddock lived on the Nevada-Arizona border. He was 64 years old. And he brought several guns. I believe it was 10 rifles into that room. It's pretty...
And then
it's a pretty unusual
in the
case.
moments after it took place. Let's play it right now.
It's very graphic.
Let's not play any more shootings footage of people getting shot and killed. Okay. Crazy nonsense is that. You can't show a boob on TV, but we can watch people get murdered. He had no record whatsoever. Look at this, 10 rifles. He had no record whatsoever. He had a pilot's license, and that's it. That's all we know about this guy, 64 years old. We don't know what he did for a living. I'm going to type that in. Here we go. We'll use a UK site because I hate to say it, but American news is pretty fluffy. There's so much fake news out there, or they focus on things that don't matter. This is a great picture. Anyways, he was a grandfather. he lived in a retirement village for a little over a year. He lived in Reno. We knew that. We figured that out. Melbourne, Florida. All right, so he moved around quite a bit from what we're learning. So he was only about an hour away from the Arizona border. I'm not sure why that matters. And people do think that he acted alone, simply because police don't have evidence on this, and which is this is so ridiculous. So of course terrorist groups are claiming responsibility. What do terrorist groups have to do with recruiting an old retired white man shooting upon other white folk? Seriously, they take credit for everything. Amazing. All right, so the police even describe him as a lone wolf. And he was not a military veteran. So he wasn't, it's not like he was shell-shocked or anything. All right, so what do you guys think? This is literally, and obviously before shooting this video, so this video is an hour long, I looked a bunch of stuff up and really cannot find much on this guy. So what do you guys think, other than what I've revealed to you here? Who is this guy? What are his motives? I'm very curious to find out what everyone thinks. Even if you have some crazy, or what might sound crazy, conspiracy theory, I want to hear it. I want to hear it. I think we should get all the thoughts and ideas out there and try to figure out what is going on here. And for those of us all in the business, are you going to attend the Latin Grammys? Technically, it's a month from now, and everyone will forget about this in a week. But I don't know. I'm really thinking about not going, and not because I'm afraid of other shooters. It's just, if it's going to be some annoying, high security, higher than it usually is, and then I've already got to deal with the obnoxious racism of Mandalay Bay staff who hate Latinos and totally resent the fact that brown people get their own awards. That's always a deterrent for going to Mandalay Bay in the first place, and now we got to deal with this extra stuff. I'm strongly thinking about not going to Latin Grammys this year. What about you guys? What do you think? And I look forward to hearing your comments